Hey there, Cubs fans. Take a breath, grab your coffee, and buckle up. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to send shivers down your spine and make your heart pound like you're watching a walk-off at Wrigley in October. We're sitting here in mid-June with our Cubbies leading the NL Central at 41-27. And let me tell you something. This isn't your average, good start to the season story. This is the kind of season that legends are made of. The kind that gets talked about decades from now in the bleachers. The kind that makes grown men cry tears of joy while they're grilling brats before first pitch. But Cubs fans, I've got 3 bombshells for you today that are going to shake the very foundations of what we thought we knew about this magical 2025 season. First, there's a superstar slugger whose future with our beloved team hangs in the balance like a 3-2 curveball on the corner. And what happens with him could determine whether we're World Series contenders or back to rebuilding mode. Then, there's whispers from Baltimore about a trade that could transform our pitching staff overnight, bringing in not 1 but 2 arms that could be the missing pieces to our championship puzzle. And finally, oh man, Cubs fans, are you ready for this? We've got a 23-year-old speedster wearing number 4, who's not just playing like an all-star. He's playing like the best player in the entire National League, and has people in Chicago talking about something we haven't whispered about since 2016, MVP. I'm telling you right now, if you're not subscribed to this channel, smash that subscribe button, because you're about to witness history unfold. And when your friends ask you where you heard about this first, you better tell them you were here, in the Cubs Nation family, where we break down the real stories that matter. The goosebumps you're feeling right now, that's just the beginning, because what I'm about to reveal about our ace in the hole is going to make you believe in magic again. Cubs fans, remember when I said there was a superstar whose future could make or break our championship dreams? Well, it's time to talk about the man who has been absolutely transformative for this team, Kyle Tucker. Ken Rosenthal from The Athletic just dropped a truth bomb that every single Cubs fan needs to hear. And it's both exhilarating and terrifying at the same time. He said something that should be tattooed on Tom Ricketts' forehead. Kyle Tucker has been transformative for this team. Without him, the Cubs weren't what they are now. Listen to this, Cubs fans. Before we acquired Tucker, we were a completely different team. Now, we're leading the division. We're scoring runs like it's batting practice. And we've got that swagger back that makes other teams nervous when they see us on the schedule. Tucker isn't just hitting bombs and driving in runs, though believe me, he's doing plenty of that. He's creating this aura, this presence in the lineup that makes everyone around him better. But here's where it gets scary, and I mean keep you up at night scary. Tucker's contract is up after this season. That's right, Cubs fans. The man who has been the engine driving our championship train could be wearing a different uniform next year if ownership doesn't open up the checkbook. Rosenthal put it perfectly when he said this is going to be an ownership call. If the Ricketts family doesn't step up and pay Tucker what he deserves, and trust me, after the season he's having, it's going to be a massive contract. Then Jed Hoyer is going to have to rebuild this entire offense from scratch. And let's be real, Cubs fans. When was the last time we found a player like Tucker just sitting around in free agency? The man is hitting like he's possessed. He's protecting everyone in that lineup, and he's doing it with the kind of clutch gene that champions are made of. When the pressure's on, when we need a big hit, when the game's on the line, that's when Tucker steps up and reminds everyone why he's one of the 5 best players in all of baseball. But Cubs fans, if you think the Tucker situation has your emotions running high, wait until you hear what's brewing with our pitching staff. Because while we're figuring out how to keep our offensive superstar, there are rumors floating around about a trade that could solve our rotation problems in one earth-shattering move. Cubs fans, while we're all holding our breath about Tucker's future, the front office isn't sitting around waiting. They're making moves, they're being aggressive, and what I'm about to tell you might just be the most exciting trade rumor we've heard all season. Picture this. It's the trade deadline. The Cubs are still leading the division, and suddenly Baltimore calls with an offer that makes Jed Hoyer's phone almost slip out of his hands. We're talking about acquiring not 1 but 2 pitchers who could transform our staff from pretty good to championship caliber overnight. The trade proposal that's got everyone in Chicago buzzing? Felix Bautista and Zach Eflin coming to the north side in exchange for some of our top prospects. Cubs fans, let me break this down for you because this is the kind of move that championship teams make. Bautista, Remember that name? Cubs fans? Because if this trade happens, you're going to be chanting it in the 9th inning of playoff games. This guy was the American League Reliever of the Year in 2023. He's got a fastball that makes hitters look foolish, and he's under team control through 2027. We're talking about a closer who can shut down the heart of any lineup in baseball, who can come in during the biggest moments and make Cubs fans believe in magic again. And Eflin, this is a starter who knows how to pitch in big games, who can give us quality innings every 5th day, and who brings the kind of veteran presence that young staffs need when October rolls around. His ERA speaks for itself, but more importantly, he's proven he can handle the pressure when everything's on the line. Now, Cubs fans, I know what you're thinking. What's it going to cost us? We'd be giving up Kevin Alcantara, who's not just one of our top prospects, but the 70th ranked prospect in all of baseball according to MLB Pipeline, plus Javier Assad and Luke Little, both of whom have been solid contributors. Is it a steep price? Absolutely. But Cubs fans, let me ask you this. When was the last time we had a legitimate shot at a World Series? When was the last time we had a team this complete, this ready to make a run? Sometimes you have to mortgage the future to capture the present, and with Tucker potentially walking after this season, this might be our window. The bullpen with Bautista closing games, the rotation with Eflin anchoring it. Cubs fans, that's the kind of pitching staff that gets you through October and brings championship parades back to Chicago. But hold on to your hats, because if the Tucker situation had you nervous and these trade rumors had you excited, what I'm about to tell you about our young superstar is going to have you planning your trip to the All-Star Game, and maybe, just maybe, believing that 2025 might be the year we bring another World Series trophy to Wrigley Field. Cubs fans, are you sitting down? Because what I'm about to tell you about Pete Crow-Armstrong is going to make you believe in destiny, in magic, and in the kind of seasons that Cubs fans dream about for generations. PCA isn't just having a good season. He's having the kind of season that makes MVP voters forget about every other player in the National League. We're talking about a 23-year-old kid who's hitting 276 with 17 home runs and 21 stolen bases, playing center field like he's got a magnetic glove, and putting up numbers that have him 3rd in WAR behind only Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh. That means this kid is playing better than Shohei Ohtani, better than Francisco Lindor, better than every other established superstar in the game. Justin Steele, our own injured ace, tweeted it perfectly. Season ends today. PCA is your MVP. Get over it. And you know what, Cubs fans? He's not wrong. The kid is setting records that haven't been touched in 90 years. His 3.1 WAR is the most by a Cubs outfielder aged 23 or younger since Augie Gallen in 1935. We're talking about Depression-era Cubs history being rewritten by a kid who grew up watching YouTube highlights. But here's what makes this story so incredible. Cubs fans, it's not just the stats, it's the way he plays the game. Watch him steal a base and then taunt the third baseman into chasing him back to the bag instead of throwing to first. Watch him climb out of the ivy like he owns Wrigley Field. Watch him take a pitch below the strike zone and somehow turn it into a home run because his athleticism is just that otherworldly. The Washington Post called him a superhero, and Cubs fans, they're not exaggerating. This kid has that it factor, that presence that makes you stop everything you're doing when he comes to the plate because you know something special might happen. Carson Kelly said it best. Every time he comes up to the plate, you know something awesome might happen. You're on the edge of your seat, just watching him. And the timing, Cubs fans, the timing is absolutely perfect. While we're trying to figure out Tucker's future and exploring trades to improve our pitching, PCA is giving us a homegrown superstar who could be the face of this franchise for the next decade. The Cubs are 41-27, leading the division, and they've got the best record in the National League, largely because of this kid's contributions. This is it, Cubs fans. This is our moment. Tucker providing veteran leadership and clutch hitting, potential trade acquisitions bolstering our pitching staff, and PCA emerging as a legitimate MVP candidate who could carry this team for years to come. The pieces are all falling into place for something magical. So hit that like button. If you believe in this team, share this video with every Cubs fan you know, and subscribe because we're about to witness something special. This isn't just a good season, Cubs fans. This is the season that could change everything. The question isn't whether PCA can keep up this MVP pace, or whether we'll land those pitchers from Baltimore, or whether Tucker will resign. The question is, are you ready to believe in Cubs magic again?